Have you ever thought about designing a new construction home but thought getting a deal on that home is a little bit out of reach? I personally want to debunk that myth in this video. I'm going to share with you how buyers in any market can still get a good deal on new construction homes. The whole idea about finding a good deal for a new construction home is finding that builder that has the homes that are most attractive for you to purchase. A good deal can come in many forms, including closing cost assistance, discounted lot premiums, rate buy downs, as well as upgrades. Now let's talk about upgrades. With upgrades, builders may offer changes to their standard features or finishes in the home at no additional cost or at a discounted rate. These upgrades can include higher end appliances, countertops, flooring, cabinetry, or other design elements that enhance the overall quality and appeal of the home. For closing costs, builders may offer to cover some or all of your closing costs, which can help reduce the upfront expenses of purchasing a new home. Closing costs typically include fees or services such as title insurance, appraisal, escrow, and loan origination fees. When it comes to rate buy downs, builders may offer cash incentives where they buy down your interest rate. These incentives can usually only be applied to lowering down your interest rate. When it comes to lot premiums, builders will designate certain lots within the new construction community as premium lots due to their desirable location, size, or the view. You may be able to negotiate for a lower lot premium or a discounted price as a part of your incentive offer. Knowing exactly what to offer is important when finding a good deal for new construction homes, because not all the time builders are going to offer price reductions. When you first visit a new construction sales office, there's a few questions that you should always be asking, and I'm going to cover all of them right now. The first question you should ask is, what incentives are you offering home buyers today? It's important to say today because builders change their policies quickly with no heads up. What could be their incentive package today is not the same incentive package that they had yesterday. The second question you should be asking is, what are your lot premiums? This question is good to know because it gives you an idea of any additional costs associated with buying in their community. Lot premiums are going to be based off of the location of the home site, as I mentioned earlier. So the better the home site, the more expensive the lot premium will be. The next question that you want to ask the sales agent is, what is their earnest money deposit? This is important because this is an upfront cost that you have to pay now. You always want to know what that home is going to cost you today. Now I want to get into my favorite part about being in real estate. I want to talk to you guys about the art of negotiation. Negotiating with new home builders requires a strategic approach, especially when you're trying to leverage their unsold inventory. Here are some negotiation tips when you're dealing with new construction homes. You want to leverage unsold inventory. Builders may be more willing to negotiate on the price and offer incentives for homes that have been on the market for an extended period of time without selling. You should use this as leverage in your negotiation to request price reductions, upgrades, as well as closing cost assistance. You should also consider spec homes that are nearing completion. Spec homes are another term for homes being built on speculation without any particular buyer in mind. Builders may be motivated to sell these homes quickly to recoup costs and free up capital for future projects. You should negotiate for discounts, upgrades, or expedited closing times on spec homes nearing completion. You should inquire about any ongoing builder incentives, promotions, or special offers available to new construction homes. Builders may offer incentives such as free upgrades, closing cost assistance, or appliance packages to attract buyers. Use these incentives as negotiating power to secure additional benefits or concessions. A client of mine was able to get into a new construction home recently that gave her $2,000 in additional closing costs because she was a nurse. They also added appliances to her home. They were really eager to get this existing home off the market, so they were also willing to add more to make the client happy. Next, be flexible with your timing. Timing can play a crucial role in negotiations for new construction homes. Builders may be more receptive to offers that are willing to negotiate discounts or incentives during slower sales periods or as construction nears completion on certain projects during the development. And lastly, work with a realtor. Having a real estate advisor representing you during negotiation with builders is important for several reasons: market knowledge, negotiation expertise, builder relationships, and contract review. Working with me means you will have someone who is knowledgeable about the new construction process in Las Vegas because of the volume of new construction homes I do yearly. This created a huge network that I have access to with great relationships with multiple builders. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very important and 1 being not that important, share with me in the comments how important it is for you to get a great deal on new construction homes. Let's go a little bit deeper on incentives as well as upgrades. I spoke a little bit about this earlier, how builders will have different incentives that are going to attract a multitude of buyers to buy their specific product. Common incentives that builders will offer are going to be closing cost assistance, appliance packages, free upgrades, as well as warranties. Now I want to break down for you how you should be asking about all these different incentives. Builders may oftentimes offer free upgrades for standard features in their homes, including granite countertops, hardwood flooring, or appliances. When you're negotiating with the builder, or when your agent is negotiating with the builder, make sure that you're always asking the question about what incentives are offered. You can always even ask the builder if certain incentives are going to be offered to you for purchasing this home at no cost as a part of the purchase agreement. Closing costs can usually add up, and sometimes you will need a little bit of help with closing costs. So what I always recommend is ask the builder if they're willing to contribute anything towards your closing costs. Builders will also offer appliances packages that include refrigerators, washers, dryers, stoves, and even microwaves. I mentioned to you a little bit earlier in this video how one of my clients was able to get an appliance package added to their purchase before closing. These type of incentives can be really important and to provide a huge amount of value for first-time home buyers or someone upgrading from an older home. Builders typically also provide warranties on new construction homes for any defects that are gonna come up after the close of escrow. You typically have warranties on that first year where anything that goes wrong in that home, the builder will send out a tech and get everything fixed. You also have a 7 to 10 year warranty on structural parts of the home where anything structurally goes wrong, you can also get that repaired as well, free of charge. My rule of thumb when it comes to getting incentives as well as upgrades in a home is you should always be looking about long term and put different upgrades in your home that is going to ultimately help you with the resale value later in time. Some incentives of high value upgrades are going to include changes to the kitchen, the bathroom, the flooring, energy efficiency, as well as appliances. You should also consider your current lifestyle when you're deciding on upgrades. For example, if you love to cook and you're always in the kitchen, an upgraded kitchen is going to provide you a lot of value for your new home. Just the same, if you're someone who enjoys being outside and love being in your backyard, in your pool or your spa, doing upgrades to the backyard is going to create a lot of value for you in your new home. Always focus on upgrades that are going to provide you a high return on your investment and are going to be very attractive for future home buyers when you decide to sell in the future. Whether you're new to my channel or you've been here for a while, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Chris Brown and I'm a real estate advisor with Simply Vegas. Here on my channel, I'll help you find your new home whether you're a local or relocating from somewhere else. I would appreciate it if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell so you don't miss any of the good, the bad, the ugly about living in Las Vegas. And if you happen to be watching on a TV, please scan the QR code on the screen so you don't miss any of my new upcoming videos. If you would like to speak with me directly, you can always reach out by using my contact information linked in the description below. Now let's talk about a big part about getting into a new construction home, and that's going to be financing. When it comes to financing, there's going to be pros as well as cons of using the in-house lender for the home builder. Here's a complete breakdown of all the pros as well as the cons. The first pro is going to be potential incentives. Builders often have established relationships with preferred lenders, allowing them to negotiate special incentives or discounts for home buyers who use their services. These incentives can include closing cost assistance, discounted interest rates, or upgrades to the home. Next up, it's going to be a streamlined process. Working with the builder's preferred lender can streamline the mortgage process as they are very familiar with the builder's requirements as well as procedures. This can help expedite the loan approval and closing process, reducing the time and effort required on the part of the home buyer. Next, the lender is going to have knowledge of all the builder's programs. Preferred lenders are typically familiar with any special financing programs or incentives offered by the builder, such as builder concessions or financing options for the new construction home. They can also provide guidance and assistance in navigating these programs to help the buyers maximize their benefits. Next is going to be the relationship. Using the builder's preferred lender may strengthen the relationship between the buyer, the builder, and potentially lead to a better communication and cooperation throughout the home buying process. Builders may prioritize buyers who use their preferred lender, offering additional support and accommodations as needed. I was recently able to get one of my clients relocating from Chicago in contract with a new home builder here in Inspirada only because we filled out the pre-approval process with their preferred lender before we even came into the construction site. This in return helped us move up on their priority list because they knew that we were very serious about purchasing in their community. This is something that can work in your advantage when you fill out that pre-approval with the preferred lender because they see how serious you are and they know that you are already approved through their lender, so there's not going to be many hiccups along the way. Now let's talk about the cons about using the in-house lender for a home builder. The first con is going to be limited options. Using the builder's preferred lender may offer advantages, but it also limits your options in terms of mortgage products and rates. You may miss out on a better financing opportunity available from another lender in the market. Next, there's going to be potential for a higher cost. Bidders may incentivize buyers to use their preferred lender by offering discounts or incentives, but this doesn't necessarily mean they offer the most competitive mortgage rates and terms. You may end up paying higher costs over the life of the loan if you don't shop around and compare rates from multiple lenders. Next, you might have a lack of negotiating power. Builders may have exclusive agreements and arrangements with their preferred lenders, limiting the homebuyer's ability to negotiate terms or shop around for better rates. This lack of negotiation power could result in a least favorable loan term or higher costs for the homebuyer. The next thing that I want to cover for you guys that is very important when it comes to new construction homes, and that's inspections. During the new construction process, you're going to have a few different walkthroughs that are going to be different milestones as you reach that end of that construction process. These inspections are going to include your frame walk, your blue tape walk, as well as your final walkthrough right before closing. These inspections are very important and they can be leveraged as far as negotiating parts of your home. You can always conduct independent inspections when you're going through the new construction process. This in return is going to give you peace of mind, making sure that all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Independent inspections can also help cover builder issues that may come up outside of the builder's contracted warranty. If you by chance do conduct an independent inspection, you can use that as leverage for negotiating with the builder. Before I continue with this video, let me share with you a fun fact about new construction homes that you might not know. Did you know that hiring a real estate advisor for a new construction home is just as important as hiring one for a resale home? Going into a new construction sales office can be intimidating, and if you don't bring your real estate advisor with you on the very first visit, they won't allow you to help them later in the transaction. It literally will cost you nothing to hire a real estate advisor to help you on a new construction home, so why not utilize those services to make sure that you're protected and you're really getting the best deal when you're negotiating for that new home. Now I want to share with you guys what you should be aware of when it comes to hidden costs when you're buying a new construction home. When purchasing a new construction home, there's going to be potential hidden costs that you should be aware of that may not even be apparent when you first start this process, but they will affect the affordability as well as the experience when buying a new construction home. Now I'm going to lay out for you all the hidden costs that you should be aware of when you're buying a new construction home. Number 1, HOA fees. Many new construction communities have homeowners associations that charge fees to cover maintenance, amenities, as well as community services. HOA fees can vary significantly depending on the community and the level of amenities provided. You should inquire about HOA fees upfront and factor them into your budget to avoid surprises later on. Number 2, lot premiums. Builders may charge a lot premium for home sites situated on larger lots or corner lots with a desirable view. Lot premiums can add significant costs to the base price of the home. Number 3, future community developments. New construction communities are often planned with future development phases that may include additional amenities, infrastructure improvements, or commercial spaces. Even though these future developments can enhance the value and appeal of the community, they may also come with an associated cost or assessment for the homeowner. Number 4, closing costs and fees. Closing costs for new construction homes can include fees for title insurance, appraisal, escrow, loan origination fees, as well as recording fees. Number 5, homeowner insurance and taxes. You should also factor in the cost of homeowner insurance and property taxes when purchasing a new construction home. These ongoing expenses can vary based on factors such as the home's location, size, and features. And number 6, upgrades and customizations. Even though home builders can offer standard features and finishes included in the base price of their home, you may also have to pay costs for upgrades or customizations to personalize your home. Upgrades such as flooring, countertops, appliances, and fixtures can add up quickly. For more videos about relocating to Las Vegas or Henderson, click on one of the other videos on the screen. I appreciate you all watching. I'll see you on the next one.